we are live.
Woohoo! Salut.
Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29, Comic Boom, and Tevye Smoker, and this is Super Sons, the Fortress of Attitude. Not solitude, but attitude.
Yes. Another exciting chapter in the lives of Damian Wayne and John Kent.
And as you can see today, on the thumbnail, we are covering the Planet of the Capes.
Yep.
Which is Volume 2 of the Super Sons. And this is just another fantastic number of issues, care of Peter J. Tomasi and Jorge Jimenez. Hey, look who we've got with us!
Ed!
Hello.
And Eric Breen!
Hello.
Good evening! Cool one, Eric. I like that. I know it's a mistake, but still cool. Well, we hope you look forward to today's Super Sons review.
Yes, we're reviewing issues 6, 7, and 8, and 9 of Super Sons from DC Rebirth.
And finishing off with issue 10.
That's right.
Yep.
Which also gives the thumbnail, or which is shown for the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. Woo!
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, and we get to this week we get to meet some exciting Teen Titans. The Teen Titans guest star, Starfire, and Beast Boy, and it's a lot of fun. The opening issue is a lot of fun, and this is sort of the formative chapter leading into the ultimate discovery or the gifting of the Fortress of Attitude, which is what the channel is all about. From what Tehillim29 and Tevye have told me, and I'm once again very happy to be here with you guys.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with fat thumbs, Eric. We all need them for something.
Indeed.
Until then, who's ready to make us start with the first issue, or who'd like to make us start on the first issue in this? Tevye, you'd like to start?
Gotta take your mute off there, Tevye. Or maybe, I guess he's not done reading it. Maybe I should go. Hey, Tevye,
Thumbs all around.
That reminds me, I'll make sure I read the comics before the stream.
I pretty much remember the story when it came out, so not only that, I've got the omnibus here with me.
All right, Tevye, take your mute off, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful with degree.
Unless he's trying to find it in the omnibus he's reading.
Yep.
Which is understandable.
Yeah,
I bookmarked mine.
This thing's huge. The cards are pretty good thing with the guy that used mud. It said, "Mud at the dead multiverse, caught and shit in the quality light, but my story decaying hands. Hand out to now the only know artistic failure. Time again. If I get from my other economy, this is my a new life work. Hey! I get it. Yep. Yeah, he made these right figures basically. Meanwhile, back in the chopper, we see John! Yay! With some clocking us. Like, basically, we're getting ready to, well, fight crime with Damon. Is that adorable? Yep. You know where I am, everybody. Computer game ball. Here you go. Take the skylight. You're not gonna do right. The Lord says, like John said, I quote, "But they're gonna give me fun to myself. Better get room and be open with each other instead of John bringing you to figure it all out in secret." Aww. I see John out the mirror, Damon. That's just adorable. No. Yeah, Damon said let's talk. That's it. Funny. And basically John they go on patrol. Basically on to let's not crime. Basically Damon guy does it. Okay, wait, start. Nothing. No, you're not gonna look at the store in Gotham. Oh, Gotham, now I can see you. Yay! Right. Finally, it connected finally. Damn it, Streamline! Your app needs to be fixed. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, right, John says the card. Okay, Mr. P, that's it. Yep. Are you nuts? Until you went to the video. I can't say. 1, my city only have just we're top of in Gotham. 2, you're training me. We're having fun and having people. That's gonna deal with the depth. You know, love John in dynamic because you can tell John is more of it, more with old man. Yep. John turns to the cats in a tree with the doorbell. And they have to meet after with the Teen Titans. Yep. And Super Kid beeping on his assistant without a door with Beast Boy really. Yeah. Crap. Well, come on, you're going, what the hell? I can't see you. Damn it. And it's the end show with Starfire, Raven, Aqualad, and Beast Boy. Yep. Okay, we don't know what around Team Drake, let me explain. Basically, after New 52 and the DCU ended, which kind of too fairly, Team Drake's team disbanded. Twice in fact. First time they disbanded with New 52 garbage. Second time they disbanded during DCU. Let's say about that showing the better. And you're probably wondering why Damon was in the team. You can change your team were idiots. Yeah, even Damon Wayne had that team they were morons. And he was right. That team was a joke, a failure, a garbage team. That made no sense. And you, Damon Wayne and Joe John had to go home. Wow. But they didn't want to go with Sudan to fight on this woman in Cracklow. Why did Damon want to leave John alone on the rooftop? Well, because it's time business. Again, Damon is a jerk, but he do like a jerk.
Well, they're following an energy pattern, aren't they? Like they're following an energy pattern or something, aren't they? Of some kind.
Alright, take care, Eric. Nice to see ya. I'm in family dinner, so I can't stay. Have a great stream. Thanks, Eric. You have a good day, too.
Yeah, you do. John jumps up from the rooftop, physically back home to his mom, and what is it? And Yeah, just looking at me, now I'm crazy. I get to the point of say something with the son some lessons. What you need to put in my son cotton boards in the cat, how it you want to see. No, right there. You're not cotton, Mom. Okay, Mom. Yeah, that's adorable. Anywho, the Titans are ready to ground, and then these guys show up. Adam Master, Chun Yao, and some other guy. Who are these people? I don't know. Apparently they're like a weird D-list group from, I think, not technically from another book. Again, they're not really important. But the team guys try to fight this group, and they fail. Miserably. Yep, and then Time Commander shows up. Time will join up battle. Yep. Then wait for some battling after Adam, but Time Commander turned him into dust. Yep. And Adam's master with a good grab thing, and there. I got something when to take you down, but you think will kill me. Just went into down here. Killing? Oh dear, no, it's way too early for that. I need you to go collect more friends and bring them back. We didn't want you to see a kid to make our point. Just to make sure we aren't forgotten, we take the time to send you back to the Crocker himself. So we're serious, yep. And I see John Bailey is shooting out there on his bed at the doorbell, yep. Well, I found the couch room oversized. John, wake up. Right, not. Yeah, not you. Hey, Grady. You're dead, and the comment baby didn't win turn an old man. That's hilarious! And that's how the comments, yep.
No, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, what are things that people enjoyed in this issue?
Well, I enjoyed this issue. It's called Teen-Beat, and I think it's the appropriate name because it's not only deals with teens, but it deals with the Teen Titans. Peter J. Tomasi does a great job writing it. Jorge Jimenez was great, and one of the things that the characters introduced are actually a guy by the name of Krakow, and Krakow ends up he actually ends up being a person that he's got another version of himself in another universe where the bad guy is actually this planet eater called Ugardis, and basically it consumes planets, and this Krakow character is creating his own clay heroes, basically creating them out of clay. And he creates those characters of Adam Master, Time Commander, and the Faceless Hunter that end up attacking the Teen Titans. And that sort of lays at the foundation of the part 1 of issue 6 of Super Sons. And it ultimately the Teen Titans, it's actually quite a comical issue. My favorite part in this issue is when Damian at the end gets turned into an old man by the Time Commander, which is hilarious because, and I love how Peter Tomasi wrote this, because at first Damian doesn't want John to be a member of the Teen Titans because he's only 10 years old. And you're only 10 years old, you're not a teenager, you can't be a part of the Teen Titans. And of course, by the end, he turns into an old man, so he's Teen Titans. And it's just really funny. And I just love how Damian gets he sort of gets his comeuppance for being such a jerk.
If it's one thing that's really good with this as well, it's some of the panels that have been done by Jorge Jimenez. And you can go through, say, some of the scenes that are earlier on, and you see the interaction with John and his ma and pa.
I love it. It's very great. That
is gorgeous. You can see that he took the time you can see that he took the time to bring that across in the story. Another thing as well is, okay, when he does get his first interaction with the Teen Titans, now, we got to take note that when this Rebirth Teen Titans was being done, it was actually being done by Benjamin Percy and not by Adam Glass.
Yeah, and Ben and Percy Teen Titans were fantastic. I love that group.
And if I want to say,
good. Oh, sorry.
if I want to say one thing more, I really enjoyed what Benjamin Percy did with the Teen Titans. And who knows, maybe later on we'll probably end up covering one of the Teen Titans volumes. We'll see what happens and see how things go with the live streams.
Yeah, and I should say that I'm getting these pictures from online previews. So this is from so it's the first 6 pages of the preview from one of the online websites. So this is not I'm not sharing a digital comic. I'm actually at I believe it's the Newsrama website showing the preview pages.
Yep.
Yeah. Streaming all the time the problems.
Well, YouTube loves its own hypocrisy, but we'll leave that at there.
Yeah. Well, it's not just YouTube, it's streaming on itself, because I checked. YouTube doing fine. It's just the streaming on my end. I actually telling you about the comic boom. It's like streaming is really gonna piss me off. I've been having trouble with it. It's gonna annoy me. I hate technology.
Yeah.
Another thing you also see with Damian in this issue is how serious he is in sort of like taking care of this Teen Titans mission.
Yeah.
Yes, he does sort of like come off as a bit of a brat.
Yeah.
And almost a bully, but he's... If you think about it, he's also trying to do it so John doesn't get hurt at the same time in regards to this mission.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, their friendship has only just established. And you could think of him, like, look at him through his background, what he's been through, to where he is now. Okay, he's starting to really grasp onto him, but not fully. You still see the wonderful light-heartedness of John in this.
Yep.
Yeah, and I like that Damian wants to train him, because that's really at the beginning. Damian is more concerned. He goes, your training begins now. And like John is like, what are you talking about? I just want to have fun, you know? It's like, no, your training begins now. He's always so serious, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, I can see you. Like, what's to connect out the stage.
Are we ready to move on to the second or the next issue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'll cover it this time because there's a scene in this which I really enjoy.
Okay. Go for it.
Now it's my turn.
Go for it.
All right. Of course, we return back to Metropolis, and we see good old John and the Teen Titans together. We're speaking about, they are speaking about what happened on the mission.
Yep.
Of course, you see good old Beast Boy slumped on.
Yeah.
My goodness. Or, no, the coffee table, I should correct that.
Yeah, the coffee table.
And in the process, he also does what Beast Boy does. He changes into another beast.
Change that bird.
Well, John goes to check up on Damian. Why? He's in the men's room.
Yeah.
Linking back to the last issue, we see him come out of the men's room, and he's looking like an old man. So we've got old man Damian here.
He is not wood.
I love that he goes to the washroom and then he's got to go back in a second time right away. 'Cause he's
you beat me to it. You beat me to it. But yes, seeing him go back into the men's room once again. That was fantastic story scripting for Tomasi and also Jorge Jimenez to work on. Fantastic. That
I think I'm sharing it there on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious, and I love the fact that John is smiling and laughing. John is always someone who's having fun, and Damien, it's like they're the perfect comedic team. You got the straight guy, and you got the guy who plays it straight, and the other guy who's a little bit of a joker. And it's really nice how Tomasi writes them differently. How John is the more playful, and Damien is the more serious type, and you know that's a really good interplay, and they come across very, very well. It's really good. And that this layout of sequence is just beautiful the way Tomasi did it. It was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's good because at least in this you don't see how or you don't see it done the Tom King way.
Yeah. Yeah, the 8 pound
in regards to Heroes in Crisis.
Oh yeah, that train wreck.
That is fantastic. I liked that they used this format. It was a good format. It was a simple format. Yeah. But it got the message across of what was happening in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't need to say a lot, and it didn't say a lot, but it showed it in the action.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, moving forward, you get good old Damien telling John, you better bloody suit up. Well, not in that language, but you get the point. And so it's Titans together, or Teen Titans together, and off they go up against Crackalo.
Yay!
My goodness. And we get a little bit more happening around the person of Crackalo and how he actually obtained the clay.
Yep, for another version of himself.
Mm-hmm. And we see him working together to create, well, forgotten villains within the DC universe with this clay. And that's how we come to know who they are. He's using
Master, Time Commander, Fidget Hunter.
Yeah, they're all sort of like villains that are a part of the DC universe that haven't been seen for quite a long time, and that's the impression that you get from the story. So that's why they're turning up now.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing any of them. I thought they were all brand new, but I don't remember seeing any of them. But maybe they are older ones. They
might even be Silver Age villains.
They're probably Silver Age, Golden Age villains we're thinking about, because I wasn't born Silver. I was born in the 90s, so I probably born in the Dark Age. And time flies.
But
of course, they make their way to go to old Crackalo's base. They do manage to find him.
Yep.
Bit of a fight happens, and moving forward, and fantastic page here from Jorge Jimenez as we see John scream out, "Go!"
Wait, what? It was awesome. It might so much Dragon Ball Z is so cool.
Well, John uses his superpowers, I think. I'm not sure how, but Time Commander sort of freezes them in place, and they can't move. But I think John is, because of his super speed abilities, I think he eventually overcomes Time Commander's time displacement powers, and I think he helps defeat them that way. I think I think that's how I read that scene. I was a little bit confused at first, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think you're right, because in actual plan they do show it vibrating. So maybe with super speed, like you said, like the Flash, he sort of broke time coming at the hold. That was pretty really awesome. Yep. And as I said, the rest of the time try to try to defeat the villains. Well, Damon leaving, there you go, the Time Commander. Yep. Tell you?
Yeah, I actually, Superboy here really shines. John really shines. He actually, I think you get the impression that Damian is quite proud of him. Superboy really helps. If it wasn't for Superboy, the Titans would have been defeated again. He actually won the day here. He uses his heat vision to take out the Atom Master, and he uses his super speed powers to take out Time Commander. And he really saves the day, and even Starfire and I guess is that Aqualad? I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yes, it would be Aqualad.
Yeah, they sing his praises there, and they give him a compliment, and so Superboy really earns his stripes in that sequence.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's not Time Commander. It's I think Superboy and Starfire they teamed up by Faceless guy. Raven and Damon guard the Time Commander.
Right.
That's a very cool.
She's good job. Takes him down to get his. He wants to de-age. He doesn't want to be an old man anymore.
Yeah. Which I'm hoping and really when Tamashii does give us Super Sons, you Time Commander DH job I can tell yourself. Ooh, that's a great idea. Get Time Commander, like bring the play back, and have that stuff and put it with the John. I'll be all for it. Make that happen.
I'd be all for that.
So yeah. Like that would be hilarious.
And then DC Comics will be able to milk us Super Sons fans for about another 10 years.
Yep.
With another 10 more omnibuses. And I'd be happy to pay for every one of them.
So yeah. I do know again, new omnibus Super Sons that contain all 12 issues of Super Sons. Which I still want that new omnibus to do because the new omnibus does sound cool. Even though it's got the omnibus, but it died more 12 issues in it. Anyway, Tony, you want to finish the issue?
Are we? You want me to just finish up Did we finish number 2, or you want me to? I mean,
we finish off this issue then.
Yeah, because this issue just ends with Superboy basically doing a pretty good job. I like the scene. Starfire at one point pinches John's cheek and says, basically, almost like he's a dog or something. It's like a good boy. You did good.
Yeah.
You did good. You know.
You're never gonna bring anything wrong with you. You're going to a fight.
I don't know if I was John. I mean, Starfire's a pretty good-looking woman. I know John's only 10 years old, but he has a smile on his face. So I think he's a little bit more mature than he eggs on there. I think, but it's actually pretty. I think it was. This issue ends with. It looks like a portal is opened between our universe and the universe where the original Krakow, the other version of Krakow is in. Yeah. And a portal opens up, I think, and it sort of like sucks them into it. And
that's correct.
That's how the issue ends. And,
that is correct. And that's where issue I think 7. No, I mean issue 8, I think.
Yeah, and that leads into issue 8.
Paradicate Part 3.
Part 3, right. And you guys want me to start that off? Or?
Yeah.
Yep, you're welcome to start that off.
Okay. Well, they find themselves in this, they're pulled into this other universe, and they find themselves essentially being attacked by some creatures that are led by this guy by the name of your goddess or your goddess or your Gardus,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Yogardus, and Yogardus is sort of like the creature that destroyed this planet that used to be home to these two characters that we meet right away. These two black girls that are really cool. I love them. Their names are Big Shot and Hardline.
Who are so bad and awesome characters. I love these characters. Why can't these be on Young Justice? These characters are all fun and bad. Give me them. Forget Team Raven. I want them on Young Justice.
I agree. I agree, Tevye. I think that I would love to see Big Shot and Hardline, these two black characters, come into the DC universe, because they're kick ass. They seem to be, they're just a lot of fun. And
and they're not written as bad as Naomi.
Naomi did a mess. I would have DK on Young Justice than Tina and Naomi. Because Naomi, okay, who just see my video was good, but after that, when she went in other books, she went the hell with back. Next to Teen Legend.
Naomi just became the spoiled brat character.
I agree.
And you see a difference between these characters and Naomi's character, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come into this world and you can already see that these people that you're coming up across are hardline trained. Literally, they are trained, or they've got that look to them that they have been trained to fight the big boys.
Yep.
And the story that they have to tell, I mean, there's some revelations that we learn about Big Shot and Hardline in future issues, but in this issue, all we know about them is that they are the sole survivors, or one of the few sole survivors of the planet that they were from, called Euros. They were from a planet called Eros that was attacked by Yugardus and swallowed up and pretty much destroyed. And this planet was drained of its resources, and all the life was destroyed by this Yugardus character. And this Kraklo is sort of like the leader, and he fights alongside Big Shot and Hardline. And it's this Kraklo character who is, we learn is actually working with Big Shot and Hardline, and they're, well, I mean, I guess to spoil the next issue, we do know that Hardline and Big Shot are potentially these clay creatures as well, but
they're not real.
They're not real.
All the backstory of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's actually even more tragic when you think about it, because Hardline and Big Shot, they thought they were real. And anyway, I thought they were real as well, because they felt like real people. Like even John said, I sure they're the same guy. I thought they were alternate dimension. This could be one of those. Two the same guy. Even John thought these characters were real, because they're from another dimension, which makes sense because John is from another dimension. Kind of. Sort of. It's complicated.
I really like what writer Peter Tomasi did here, because even though that they weren't technically real, both Big Shot and Hardline were made of clay, but what's real here, what I really like is that just because they were made of clay doesn't mean that they couldn't become heroes. And, it gets into the whole idea of, what's the definition of life? I mean, life is what you make it. And just because you're created from clay doesn't mean your life has any less value. I mean, even Wonder Woman, in some origins, Wonder Woman's made of clay. So,
well, from pre-Flagman, it's made of clay.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So, this is before New 52, retcon that.
That's right. So even, so I really like the fact that he played with that, and even though they're made of clay, the fact that they're inspired by something that that John does, Superboy does, it's that really plays into the themes of this Planet of the Capes, because this is really about the Super Sons coming into their own. This is really in many ways their formative adventure in another multiverse, in a way that really, I think, really defines them moving forward.
Yep. And when John decided who the kid from the Atom Smasher, who returned, not Atom Smasher, Beatrice guy. Again, I forget the villain's name. It's a weird character. When John decided he has to get a thumbs up, but that's adorable.
Yeah.
Alright. I love this panel. This panel, John said, thumbs up. It's such a adorable panel. Yeah.
I know it's maybe kind of funny, but I love the hairdo on. I think it's Big Shot. I love his hairdo. The hairdo is awesome. There's a double page spread where her hairdo, like her hair, there's a bunch of scattered images where her hair is. I mean, it's just a beautifully drawn.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can find the page that I'm talking about, but it's.
Hold on, also has an afro.
It's that one there, yeah.
I know that panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a good scene because it's just beautifully drawn by Jorge Jimenez, and
yeah,
it's just,
absolutely.
It's gorgeous.
It's so adorable.
And it makes
that panel is so good. Like, hold on, my video of a '70s character with the big afro. She's such a good character. I said before, I said, these characters should be at in Young Justice. Forget Teen Lantern, forget Naomi.
There's Teen Hex, Teen Lantern, which was bastardized.
Yeah.
Which Brian Michael Bendis bastardized Patrick Gleason's creation.
Yeah.
Of Teen Lantern. If Patrick Gleason got to be the one to write Teen Lantern's backstory, it wouldn't have come off as bad as how Brian Michael Bendis brought it across.
Teen Lantern's backstory, could have worked. It could have been interesting.
Even if you sort of like let him co-write that issue, to which he could give that backstory of his created character, I guarantee you it wouldn't have come off as bad as it did, because one good example to look at Patrick Gleason's story writing is Robin, Son of Batman.
Yep.
It's a run that I absolutely enjoy of his.
Now in DCU.
Yeah, but it's still a good story.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's still a good story, and I've seen the way how he writes in that story, but you also see how much attention that he pays to sort of like some of the things that have happened previously. So he certainly understands the continuity side of things and brings that in.
Yeah, also helped write some Superman issues and then done a great next to Marty.
Yeah, and with that we got the character of Maya, which was actually used in the Super Sons. Yes, she is used in connection to the Super Sons.
Yep.
And Goliath too.
Also, the Superman Rebirth is where you see her appearance.
Yep.
Again, so that character isn't forgotten, and even Tomasi remembered to bring it over too, because he was able to use the interactions with that character to help build up that world.
Yep. Also bring Goliath. Goliath might be also a crazy from Patrick Gleason, and he had to brought Goliath into the Superman Rebirth, so I think it was adorable. Also, Goliath being in Teen Titans, Ben Percy was there, and he had to brought Goliath in that book as well. Once again, I proved my point in your idea, and now Goliath, but why did we get rid of Goliath for a prison? Like, I don't get it, but Goliath was supposed to be in both Teen Titans and Super Son and Superman. Why did we have to get rid of him for both of Adam Glass's book? It's like a mess.
Oh, you're talking about the Adam Glass Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dislike that even Goliath was out of that too.
Yeah, that pissed me off. What the hell?
About the only thing that we can sort of hope right now is that Robbie Thompson, who'll be taking over from Adam Glass, will be able to start to bring those elements back in.
I'm hoping he does 5 things. Well, maybe that's 3 things.
Yeah.
Number 3, get rid of the prison. The prison was a whole idea on day 1. Left kind of average resistant. Okay, you can't look at that. Shit. But just get rid of it. Number 2, rebuild Titan's Tower. Titan Tide did get destroyed in Super Sentai Mall, but I thought they were going to rebuild that in the end that crossover. They didn't do it.
Yeah, that definitely does need to be rebuilt. It does need to be brought back. Because, if anything, it's like their staple in the DC universe.
Titan had their tower before that got... Wait, did that get blown up? I forget. I know Teen Titan got blown up. Titan Tower, that didn't get blown up in the Titan book. That book got canceled because of BS reasons and whatsoever. And, okay, reason number 3. For the love of God, Robert Townsend, bring back Rebirth Teen Titans. Rebirth is there with a great team, in my opinion. It was fantastic, fun, and adorable. Bring back Starfire, bring back Raven, bring back Beast Boy, and if you want to keep one character from your group, for an Hourglass group, just keep it going to Crush. Crush is the only character I like that's that interesting. Jin, forget about her. She's useless. Wasp with Kid Flash, fine, you can keep him, but just retcon all the bullshit. Add for Leto. Put back Green. Oh wait, Green Arrow got canceled. Shit. Add for Leto. I don't know what to do. Fine, keep her, but it's what just keep Crush and Leto and Wasp, but that's about it. Jin can go away for all I care. I don't give it a Jin.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of Jin's character too, but
she's not bad, girl. She's not that interesting. She's a Raven ripoff.
She is, and I think she really needs to be with older characters, not with the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Like, I'd understand if Starfire was in there, because she'd be, in essence, young adult supervision.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with you. Dejin seems like, even though she's sort of drawn to look so young, but yet her origins being a genie, I think she's a character that has more adult sensibilities, and maybe I think she's a little bit out of place in the Teen Titans in a sense. It's kind of, I would feel some weird vibes there. I know that she kind of likes Damien and also Crush, and it's kind of like, it's like she's really, I think she's psychologically screwed up, and so I think she's a supervillain waiting to happen in my mind.
Yeah, she's about to snap it, and her brother is even worse. Her brother is a psychotic, insane kind of Trigon wannabe who wants to destroy heaven because reasons. I don't get one reason. What's his plan? Why do you want to destroy heaven?
Well, at least her brother's an open villain and not afraid about it. And I'd have no problem with that character being a villain of the Teen Titans.
Yeah, same. It's actually interesting, even though it raises some questions, because the only thing I know get access to heaven are, well, magic users. And I know he's a genie, another genie who's evil, psychotic, and fucking nuts. But I don't get motivation. What's the end goal after you destroy heaven? What, you go to hell and destroy hell? Good luck with that. Oh wait, we got Lucifer. It's honor dealing with your own book. Speaking of Lucifer Morningstar, don't mind me. Where's Lucifer Morningstar? Oh wait, he left hell.
Well, we're gonna continue off with this story, or
yeah. Let's continue.
What story?
Super Sons.
Yep.
What the screen's about.
Yep.
But we can talk a little bit more about that after we've finished too. So
yeah, we got a future of John Damon or future Teen Titans in the future.
Well, issue 8. This issue just really ends. The whole issue is just getting to know this other planet. This planet that was swallowed up by Ugardus. And
you're gonna have to show them the we said, call me Ugardus
and Hardline, and we learned something about them, and it really ends with a big confrontation with Ugardus, leading into issue 9, which is basically a world at war, and basically the war of planet of the Capes. You know, like
John Dean find it pretty awesome.
All right, did you want to cover that, Xavier?
Yeah, I'll cover it. Wednesday, part 4. It's a madness! Madness! Right. I never even heard. When someone falls, you let them eat their body or step according to the top of the mountain. Yep. And David and John, after they get to kick some ass, was awesome. Hey, isn't that real? I can make this count. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yep. What are you saying now, Mr. Evil Plant? You know, my foot 11. And see what? It's so funny. I got the other one. Awesome. The God really said that I'm the God on the planet, each creature on me and my biomass. You are not me, but I saw the world. Yep. Yeah, I'm a big shot. And then you order my grave, I was sure I'd take it right for or you would submit, yep. And John told me that to surrender. Yep. Keep up! I can't wait. Yeah, Damien had a shock that John to surrender, but after a plan by John to take him to the center of the planet with the goddess. When he said Quacko! Well, okay, the little Quacko. Kind of. Sort of. Okay, Quacko the character, I barely know this character. He's confusing. It's a different Quacko, it's the same Quacko. I don't know. Quacko basically said in Jersey that, well, make it long story short, it was at the end of my road. A lifetime, a decade, dramatic, a lifetime wasted. The night we met, I would attend to one last spell. One to find, bring me notoriety, and world find heard. The same transmutation spell. It must have been perfect because at that very moment a portal to my counterpart would have opened. Yeah, basically the alternate Quacko gets the clay to other Quacko. Confused? Yeah, I'm gonna be registered with that.
But of course, this is the multiverse they're learning more about.
Yeah, the multiverse gets really confusing. Yep. Okay. Quacko tells the Bokyo that they're not real. They're just fakes. Okay. If they're fake, they're not real, not really no, then that's a bit dark after but even John saying that, wait a sec, even if everything he says is true, that doesn't change a thing. You help us when we need it, and you're ready to put your life on the line. My mom told me that while I might have a hard time describing what hero is, I know when I see it. And that's just as I see it in you. Aww, that's adorable. That's a great Superman moment. Right. Take no business. These are good at the Superman moment with John. Why can't I have this moment in my Superman? Oh wait, because that's been taken away. Damn it. And region. Speaking of region, I completely forgot new issue region came out. Well, I think it came out next week. Okay. Anyway, long story short, John and Damien and Johnny tried to beat Quacko. Quacko went the portal open. Johnny he made a kick Quacko that way, pretty cool. Like, science Manchild! Manchild? He's not Manchild, he's Shoe Boy! That is funny. But they had to get surrounded basically. Quacko opened the portal to the Guardian Bay at the this Earth. John said Jetty would stop you times. Quacko said, yeah. You gotta like I'll destroy the film beneath that beat. And the before you fight you react. The world will not know the name of Quacko. Yep. Okay, Quacko over the portal. Didn't try to help the two girls. Actually, how did you go at the trick? Right. Mage, what did you do? The best I can. And he quoted at the you go. Yay! Yep. Unfortunately, the two girls were they're dying. Oops. Yeah. Quacko changed the heartbeat. Yeah, they see that the two girls. Yay! And they better than ever. Really adorable. With the portal created, John and Damien at the marine, but the two girls after they shoved John in a Buffy portal. Very adorable. Yep. You'll find way back, Quacko. It's fun. Oh, you didn't know. Everybody in Jersey will. I will. With the hell when I have a chance to be something else, something better, never be forgotten. Yep. And John David landed back on Earth. Yay! With going over chocolate with the hours later. We actually were John David eating pancakes. That's actually adorable. Like, I like the panel. When we see Anthony Clark at the normal. This panel, when she mentioned at the, is great. Yep. Speaking of anything, yeah. Oh, you did, it's been, okay, yep. And the comment and bidding in general with, the planet and the other half of Anthony Moorhead with, both the two girls leading the charge. We have the adult with the Superman Batman symbol. That's so cute. Yep. We are the new heroes. I don't know if these guys are there. They're coming over to, oh! One of the Amethyst. Wait a minute. That's not an Amethyst. Huh. And one of the, Warhammer daughter. Holy shit, that was everything old school DC stuff. I realize that. Pretty cool. And what happened if you mentioned the Buck daughter? Well, kind of mentioned it, but didn't have a daughter. Mentioned it, but freaking next. And that's not the comment degree. I love the issue. It's so great, so adorable, so awesome. It's not a bad anti issue. The one down that issue is done the always change. It's done by the Horror Dimension, not all artists. And the other arc is fine. It's not as good as Horror Dimension. But you know what? The second art actually did a good job to continue the story. Like I said, it's not going to Horror Dimension arc, but damn it, it's still a great story. What do you think? Carmen?
Yeah, this issue was really good. What stood out for me was the fact that Cracklow was inspired by Superboy, and was inspired by Superboy's actions that he had basically done in the previous issues. And he indicates how he was able to create life from his other version, his counterpart, Cracklow's counterpart on Ugardis, basically gave him the ability to create his own people out of clay, but also he could give them independent thought. And so essentially they were the gods in their own right, and he did that. And what I like about this is that while he created these individuals in this new life, they were inspired in many ways by the actions of the Super Sons, and that's what I kind of like about it. And even the old guy, even the old Cracklow himself, is inspired, and it leads to the ultimately with them being successful and defeating and inspiring Big Shot. Big Shot and Hardline. They at first they feel real kind of bad because they realize that they're not real; they're made out of clay, and they're reminded, hey, you're just as real as anybody else. And then Damian at one point says to John, you sound just like your dad.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah, no, it's really good, and it's really a great issue. It's fun. It's a fun read. It's a fun adventure, and puts a smile on your face by the time you're done reading it.
Yeah, and see, John, that actually adorable. And in the end, like I said, I love the story. It's so cute, so adorable, and it's such a great ending to a great story. Well, it's not my favorite story in Super Sons. It's still a great story, and it does have a great payoff. Here's it. I was hoping to see more of this planet. Like maybe a future story arc we could go back to this planet. As in to see at the end due to BS reason when you get to see the near more of this planet. But for what we got, it's a great story and it's kind of fun. And I was seeing an anime movie at the at our story arc. That would actually be fantastic. Ooh! I got an idea. Super Son, Planet of the Cave anime movie. Make it happen. Because we're trying to get Apocalypse War ending the Leap the anime movie universe, which, come on, have you seen Apocalypse War?
Have I seen what?
Justice League Dark
Apocalypse
War.
I've seen Justice League Dark Side War. Yeah.
No, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, which is actually based off of Dark Side War. It's the newest DC anime movie. The final DC anime movie set
no, I haven't. I haven't watched that. I don't have the DC app. I can't get it in Canada. I don't think.
Oh. Well, it's not a DC app. It's on Digital. It's on Amazon, iTunes, and
I'll check it on Amazon then. I'll check it on Amazon. Yeah, I've heard. Good. Is it good? Is it good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's dark, bloody, like gruesome, but holy shit, that have a great payoff. But with the ending, it actually sets up Rebirth, kind of. But
Right on.
we don't know what's gonna happen with some DC. This is the final DC anime movie. It's probably New 52. That movie may go to Rebirth finally. I say maybe because remember that movie was designed to be the final movie of the DC AMU New 52 inspired anime movies. But
so you'd recommend it then? You'd recommend I watch it?
I should check it out.
I'll check it out. I will. In fact, I actually want. I was planning on watching it tonight if I had time. So I'll try watching it tonight.
Nice.
All right. I'll point out some scenes of what I enjoyed of just the last issue we covered. Definitely some of the scenes where you do see the Super Sons sort of like cuddle up to, what was it, Hardline and Big Shot?
Yeah, Hardline and Big Shot.
That was fantastic. Sort of like those small, intimate moments, but they're still important to the story.
Yeah.
Also, the end of how we get their symbol.
Yeah, that's adorable.
How that symbol also plays a part to just the Super Sons run itself.
Yep, that's the Super Star and the Superman Batman as well.
Yeah.
It's an homage to their series.
So, some fantastic art in here, in many places. Talk about using the ink to its full advantage. It definitely does that too.
Yep.
A lot of colourful scenes here.
Yeah.
I love one of my favorite scenes is the end when Clark Kent, John's dad, opens up his reveal. Is opening up his shirt and John and Damien are hovered right under his arms, and Damien is complaining because he says, "I don't do dishes," and Clark says, "You do."
This house. I love that.
That was good. I like that.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to cover the last issue
Okay.
because, well, the cover for this actual issue, as you can see, it's also used in my icon.
Yep.
Big thanks again to Jorge Jimenez, because I believe he did the cover for this.
Yeah, he did.
And I just love the cover for it. It suits these characters.
Yep.
It suits this duo.
Like both Jorge
Like,
Jimenez
this is the
and,
next best duo after Superman and Batman.
Yeah, it's had a good cover. It's done by Jorge Jimenez and by Alejandro Sanchez. Yeah,
Mhm.
but both are the main cover. This cover is adorable. I love that cover.
And if I remember, I don't think there was a variant for this. Oh, they might have, but
There could
Yeah,
be,
I'll
but
show you the variant.
Alright.
I can share the variant here. Can you see it? There it is. the variant.
I'm not sure.
Oh yes, I remember it now. Grabbing a
You're on a
scene
motorboat?
from something that happened in one of the previous issues, and done by Dustin Nugent, if I remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another good artist, worth checking out.
Yep.
Alright, well, let's begin this, because this is one fine
Fine
day. And you know what? It works absolutely fantastic today, because in Australia, even though we're meant to be moving into the next season. We've actually got quite a nice stage, so I'm not knocking it. It works really well.
Nice.
And as we begin, we get a bit of a countdown with Damien.
Yep. That's adorable.
And there's also a bit of banter happening between Bruce and Clark Kent.
Yep.
And something's about to happen. And by the time they reach number 1, someone goes up, up, and away. And it's not Superman. It's John Samuel Kent.
Yep. We got it adorable. With
absolutely amazing.
Time on why, but remember this story takes place after the whole Manchester Black stuff.
Yeah.
If I remember during the Black Dawn story, or not Black Dawn, I forget which story. Wait, is it Black Dawn? Yeah, whatever. Basically, Manchester Black used to against his own father. We don't have a dark story, but near that story, John was there to learn to fly. Then the Manchester Black.
And you see Damien's grin on his face as
excellent.
It just really stands out well.
Yeah.
Excellent, my pretty. Well, doesn't it say exactly that, but
yeah,
still.
I get it. Yeah. Like I said,
there's a bit of talk as well of John flying and of course John's happy to show off to his dad that he can fly too.
Yeah.
But on top of that, we decide to go for a bit of a drive.
Yep.
And when that happens, or when the characters are taken on this drive, and they're just following John along, he goes back into the back
Yep.
of the ute, and Damien comes out.
Yep.
And as this is happening, good old John does something a little bit out of the blue. It takes him by surprise, but it also brings a bit of a memory back to him.
Yeah.
And you see him thank John after that reaction. As in, here we go.
Find it pretty cool.
Yeah.
This moment.
He points out to him, put your arms out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ken, I'm trying to. And you see this go along.
Repeat after me. Up, up and away.
Flying is pretty cool, he reacts. Arms out.
Yeah, it's by both boys. It's so cute.
And then you see...
It's nice to see Damien having some fun. It's nice
Yeah.
that he's relaxing and John is getting him to loosen up and have some fun and not being so serious all the time.
Wait, Damien actually loving actually... Oh, sorry.
He points out, I know I was able to fly for a short time after my father brought me back from Apocalypse.
Yeah, when Damien died, basically.
Yeah, and this is taking the reader back to the Batman and Robin run.
Yeah, near the end of run. Mm-hmm.
Robin Rises.
Yeah, Robin Rise Omega, which is the final issue of the entire series when they went brought back the world into the Chaos Crystal.
Right, and he ends up responding, how come you never told me? Need to know. He does exactly what Daddy does. For what? Needing to remember.
Yep.
Then we get a bit of an intermission between this.
I show myself in the city. Just to watch the brand new level.
This intermission actually takes place in what we see as the future. And it's meant to supposedly be the future Damian Wayne.
Batman 6666, basically.
Yeah. The Bethlehem issue.
Yeah, evil Batman who showed the devil, literally.
Now, this is also preparing the reader for the next storyline, which will be coming up after this one. But whether we choose to cover that next week, we don't know.
With the Superman Tomorrow members doing well.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about it. If I can interject for a second, when Superman Tomorrow was announced, I seen the future Batman could go back in time. I seen it was evil Damian Wayne Batman, not Tim Drake Batman.
Yeah.
When Superman Tomorrow was announced, I seen like this Batman, even 666 Grant Morrison Batman would go back in time. Well, shit. My city got destroyed. All my young info. I'm gonna go back there and kill him. I'm gonna save my city. And I assume it'll be Damian Wayne, evil Batman from the future, to go back in time to kill John. So even though he passed it with Venom, it turned out defeating. But it's still a very cool story to have evil Damian Wayne Batman go back in time to stop John. I'll be all for that. But we didn't get that. We got something else. It's still a good story. But I would have been all for Damian Wayne Batman over Tim Drake Batman. May it be my own headcanon.
Well, within the next couple of pages, we get a page that gives us Metropolis, and Superman is getting ready to take John out with him. In the next page, we return back to Gotham City, and Damian doing his Batman routine in his den, of course.
Yeah, that's adorable.
As Batman goes to his bedroom.
Yep.
Of course, we see a bit of talk happening between them, which is absolutely fantastic. Like, seeing this discussion happen with Batman and Bruce Wayne, like, connecting father and son in the story.
Well, I like that Batman says to Damian, he says, you know, you talk a lot more since you started hanging around John.
Yeah.
And I think that pissed Damian off a little bit. It's like, what do you mean I talk more?
Yeah.
Then, as they turn up, Damian's greeted by John Samuel Kent.
Yeah.
Hey, wait till you see all this. Hold on. I know my father too well. And yeah, in a way, he actually does know his father too well. Probably more too well in some areas to Tim Drake. Like,
yeah,
he has actually been able to hack into Tim Drake's stuff.
Yeah. Well, both Tim Drake and Damian were hacking into each other because I remember Titan Tower was hacked by future evil Tim Drake.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question for you. This fortress of attitude that's under the water, where in the ocean? Like, what ocean is it? Is it the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific? Like, I'm not sure where. What's the location?
The location where it's held is Morrison Bay.
Yeah. Which is where exactly? Like, is that?
I think it's meant to be between Metropolis and Gotham City.
Yeah, it's probably open to Young Justice. Young Justice had Morrison Bay in not in the comic, but on the anime series.
So it's Morrison Bay. So that, I guess that's named after Grant Morrison. I take it.
Yes.
That's my best guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sort of like giving him a bit of a thanks for what you've brought into and
yeah. John says, fortune of attitude.
And this is where and this is where we get the Fortress of Attitude, and we hear it from John.
Yep.
Damian's sort of like, we're definitely not calling it that.
Calling it that. That's normal.
I'm sorry, but it sticks.
I love that line.
It's the best line, and it suits these two.
Yeah, it does. It's adorable.
Of course, when they return, by the time they get there, Superman fixes up a couple little things as well, including Batman, and they've got access to, say, things in relation to the Teen Titans, say, the database from there, the database from the Justice League. So their database of information comes from a few places.
And Batman,
the Batcave, Fortress of Solitude, Teen Titans, because Damian's part of the Teen Titans, and of course this is their own little unique area of their own, to which they can access.
They actually did a catch. The catch is John and they go to the same school.
Yes.
They're not happy about it.
And I think that's really good, especially for Damian's character.
Yeah.
I think it really is, because I think Damian. I think they made a mistake with the. I disagree with one aspect of Damian and with Peter Tomasi writing this one aspect. I think that they make Damian too smart. You know,
I agree.
He knows 7 languages before he was even, like, I don't know, whatever he said.
Even until he was 7, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too smart. I disagree personally with making Batman the second smartest in the DC universe as well. But maybe I'm an outlier on that. But I don't think they make Damian super mega smart. I think that takes away a little bit from his character. I think it makes him too uber powerful mentally.
I agree.
But anyways, it's fun. And but if they are going to make him that smart, which they have, I like the fact that they kind of make him have fun, and I like the fact that they're making Damian go to school with John.
Yeah,
even if him to socialize.
Yeah, that's a good story. Remember, like I said, I love Johnny going to school because I can send me. I've never seen Damian ever. We never seen Damian go to homeschool from I think Batman Robin series, in the world. I don't remember. But
it was a lot of homeschooling there in the Batman and Robin by Tomasi. But I do like the idea of sort of like taking out of homeschool and putting in a situation where he's practically forced to socialize or learn to socialize with others on a more one-to-one basis.
Yep. I love Johnny.
The Bat family. You've had your time with the Bat family. You've gotten to know the members there, but now it's time for you to move out of that.
Yeah,
right?
and go and show other people.
Yes, you've seen the world through Robin's eyes, helping other people as Robins, but now you got to see the eyes as
Damian
not Damian Wayne Robin, but as Damian Wayne. To learn to connect with people a little bit more on a base or more foundational basis. And that's where that really helps with this issue of like bringing these characters to this school environment. So if anything, it's more of a help for Damian because we already know John's been to a school.
Yep.
Right? He's had that social interaction
with
students. Now, if you look at Gotham Academy, Damian has actually been to one place where he has had some social interaction, but he wasn't there for very long. It was there, I think, for about 3 issues.
I think it was during the Robin War arc, if I remember. I don't remember.
It was very minimal, but not enough time for him to get very socially active with other people.
Yeah.
Yes, he did manage to sort of connect with one, but the rest he didn't really connect to because it was basically his story around someone else's story.
It's such a shame Gotham Academy never finished. Or if it did finish, I don't remember. Because that book it was good.
It would be nice to see Gotham Academy return. Because I did like the writer on it.
Yeah. And
Like,
if
they brought in some things that connected to the Batman Beyond universe.
Batman Beyond. Wait,
Oh,
when
yes.
Batman Beyond? Yeah. I agree. Forgot. Blight showed up actually in that story. Which that confused the hell out of me. Wait, where did Blight come from back in Gotham Academy?
There was a story in there that connected to Batman Beyond.
Yeah, which is weird.
I thought that was very well written. Now, not many people have sort of like paid attention to the Gotham Academy run, but I paid attention to it because, well, Damian Wayne made an appearance in it, so I might as well go read and check the whole thing out. It was a really good series, and I enjoy the writer that they did put on it, and that was Becky Cloonan. I would like to see Becky Cloonan sort of like return back to DC and sort of like do more stories like this. Like, yeah, it's, if anything, it was almost like a young version of Gotham Central, but it's just based in an academy. Like a school academy. And it was good. I enjoyed it. There was some wonderful artwork in there. They even had a character that was gay. They didn't
they poured it down your throat with some other shirt or
they didn't flaunt it stupid. They didn't flaunt it in a stupid way. They brought the character sort of like as sort of like someone who was in the closet, and it wasn't until later on that they came out, because you could see that they had issues sort of like expressing around someone that they liked, and you see that come later on, and it was done organically with the character, and I still like the character that they worked on.
Because I like Bunker. Okay, Bunker, he was gay, but that felt kind of forced and not that interesting. Iceman Marvel, no, still whatever, but that was a controversial moment, and also with my Bendis, we all over a bad idea. Stop saying good, not good, stupid, but no, that is even talking. I could do my soapbox on that, but if they do bring Gotham Academy, I would really love to have I want to see John interacting with the Gotham Academy. That is so adorable. Like, if we get DA John Michael's hand yourself, and John meet the Gotham Academy crew, Damien, that'd be an awesome crossover.
Well, if it's one thing that it would sort of work, is if, for example, they did something like inter-school sports.
I'll be all for that, because they show that at the end of this book.
Like, even though Damien and John sort of like attend the same school, they could use it to sort of like do an inter-school sports event between the school that they're at
and Gotham Academy.
Gotham Academy. Like, that would be fantastic to bring those in.
That would be pure genius! I want to see that.
But it would have to center around the sports. Sure, you could bring in something that could set the Super Sons to do sort of like do a super thing on the side. Like, even if it's a mission where they might have to go undercover. Why not? Why not?
I'll be all for that.
It helps build up Damian to be more Damian Wayne than Robin. It helps him start to find more of his identity.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point. And what I like about what you just said is that, to me, there's a lot of mystery surrounding the future of Damian Wayne. And Bendis has been teasing in the 31st century that maybe Damian is going to become a future Hitler, and it's unclear. In my mind, here's what I would do if I was in control of DC. I think that the pivotal factor that would prevent Damian Wayne from becoming evil would be if he got his friend, young John Kent, back. And I think the one thing, I think the loss of his friend, and Damian Wayne has lost John Kent to the 31st century. The loss of his friend, I think, is what pushes him, and is that loss that contributes to him becoming more likely to become evil, and the 666 Batman. And in my view, the way to save the multiverse in the future is to somehow de-age, to make John Kent young again, and to return him to the proper timeline, and so that he can be be Damian Wayne's best friend growing up, and that will prevent Damian Wayne from becoming corrupt. Because right now, with the loss with John Kent being in the 31st century, to me that's a pivotal moment. So that's how I would de-age John Kent. I would say in order to save the multiverse, they have to get John Kent young again.
Yeah. Not to mention, they also didn't win mine of the 5th century because of BS reasons. Like, what? You didn't win mine over John brought him to help you guys. Then you did mine, but bullshit. What the hell are you reading? Oh, what the hell is it? These reading are not heroes. They're all jerking at a-holes. Why did every group I was with Bennett always have to be a-holes? Like, ultimately, I think Mark Miller's garbage. Okay, Mark Miller different canon altogether with his books, but Mark Miller, I sort of was writing sometimes, but Blaze Legion is a joke, a mess, a clusterfuck. There even a Gold Rain character who, okay, Gold Rain character is an idea, but that raises so many questions. Because when did the Gold Rain power even exist? I should know the Celestial Core, not Gold Lantern. What? Is gold even a color? I like gold with a metal. Oh my god, they're trying to add more.
Well, I might as well finish off the last of this issue, and we can discuss some of like the things that we enjoyed about this issue. As we also end this issue, they also get to go on their first mission together as
Super Sons.
The Super Sons with their Super Sons hideout, the Fortress of Attitude.
Yeah, and they play actually an old villain called Chemo.
Yeah.
Chemo is a villain who blew up Bloodhaven during Infinite Crisis. I'm not kidding, that's the reason why Bloodhaven got blown up was because they hate Dick Grayson and want to kill him off in Infinite Crisis. And Jeff Johns wrote that story, but to be fair, Jeff Johns rejected the idea, and Dick Grayson was still alive. Yay! So, but Bloodhaven was still destroyed. Which right after Battle for Bloodhaven, which is a stupid miniseries, then kind of the countdown, and what's that better? It's a long story. That's the entire show was done in Chemo. It's actually pretty adorable.
Well, there was some really nice scenes within the issue, especially the earliest part in the issue.
Yeah, when John went to fly. I love that part.
The beginning of the issue, just those first couple of pages are the best of the best. Yeah. And also the part where they go to the fortress and also get their new costumes.
Yeah, they're
probably the best parts that stand out for myself that I really enjoyed. Comic Boom, what did you enjoy in that issue?
I just thought I liked that it was actually it was more conversational, and I like the humor and the character development. I thought there was actually a surprising amount of character development in this issue, and just the character moments between Damian and John, and I like the fact that Damian lowered his guard a bit and just allowed himself to. Damian is one of those characters that Damian wants to have friends. Damian wants to go to school, but he's so smart, and he thinks he has to be an adult, I think. And I think in many ways he doesn't let himself be a kid because I think he's so smart that that he's always thinking 12 steps ahead of so many of his peers, but he forgets to just slow down and quiet the mind. And not to be all, I'm not trying to sound pretentious here, but sometimes you just have to meditate, and you have to. Sometimes I always say that. Sometimes I think Damian, he shouldn't be allowed alone in his own mind without adult supervision, because he overthinks things, and he's always trying to be so cool and collective, and he has to learn.
Sometimes he goes out the handle. He ruled at the way, and during Adam Grant's time, we've seen that through Watcher's Way. Literally, he worked with Letter and Zayden Todd, and guess how that partnership went? Badly. He had a partnership just like that. Because he said, Zayden Todd betrayed me. It's all his fault. Well, that's why I just burn my book down. I can get my bed and kick Zayden Todd's ass. And that ended in disaster. Because Zayden kicked his ass instead. Oops.
Well,
job,
Justice League
Damien.
No Justice didn't really help that at all.
Yeah, that didn't help me that. That made it worse.
I think with Justice League No Justice, and I still hold to this day, Tynion, I believe, was working on it. One thing that he should have done is really should have gotten Batman to literally be there to comfort Damian Wayne, like after the events that occurred on Kolu, the home planet of
Brainiac.
Brainiac. Like that, you could certainly see that did put an impact on the character.
Yeah, and that way the Damian Wayne group getting disbanded off screen. And that was a new Teen Titans group, who this group is more edgier, extreme, and more not kill first, but basically more like take prisoners and shoot for actors than never. With when I saw it, I said, what? You're making kill him? Like kill Black Mask? Why? I was enraged and anger. But we would find out that Black Mask's still alive and now he's still in a gulag. Sure. But they're warden.
Yeah.
Right.
No hate against Tynion. Sometimes you can write Damian really good, but there are other times where it just...
Well, that wasn't Tynion. I didn't know Adam Glass.
TLC. It just needs that TLC for the character.
Yeah. That wasn't Tynion fault. That was more Adam Glass who wrote that crap.
And the way how that worked into the Teen Titans afterwards, and the way it just turned it more dark and dark, it just wasn't necessary. Like, I was looking forward to see Goliath in the Teen Titans again, because I'd seen him previously in the Benjamin Percy run. Like, why not have even John Samuel Kent turn up in it? That would be fantastic.
Why can't we have John on that team? I said it 4 seconds of the other day. You want to spend that team? Fine. But have John be on that team. Why didn't we put a team down next to Damian Wayne? You got what should be and the new team after you have Jin. Okay, forget Jin. You got Big Crush, Kid Flash, Wallace West, Red Arrow, Arrowhead, and Damian Wayne and John Kent forming that new team. You want to add Jin to the mix? Fine. But have John and Jin and no, I got a better idea. Shit, what am I saying? Get Cabby to join that team. But get Jin. Have Cabby join the team. And nobody.
I really think that the loss of John Kent as his friend and the aging up of John Kent, I think Damian Wayne as a character now is developing in the wrong direction. Yeah. Because of the loss of John Kent, and I think that his Teen Titans run under Adam Glass, and I like Adam Glass as a writer, but I do think Damian got too dark. I agree with you guys in the Teen Titans, Adam Glass's run with Damian creating his own prison for Black Mask and what have you. I thought that was, I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. That's not. I don't see that as Damian's character, and even if it is Damian's character, I don't see Damian doing that. If John Kent was still around, I don't think Damian would have done that. I think John would have talked him out of it. I think the loss of his friendship with John is absolutely pivotal, and I think it's a dark. I think that's a dark side, and it doesn't bode well for the future of Damian Wayne. And I hope, and I realize I'm probably hoping too much here, but I wonder if Bendis realizes that. I would really like to see a future DC storyline where somebody finally makes the connection that what will save the future for Damian Wayne is a younger...
the future of John.
Yeah.
Because John's future is also messed up. Because telling John wait for his friend was a horrible idea, and now his friend may try to kill him in the future.
Yeah.
Which again proves from why did you age up John to make him out to just not to try to tell him John when no, you made a team of a bullshit reading. Now you have to try in the future with reading for the jerks, and now Billy Dane may turn it and might kill him in the future. Good job, Twitter superheroes. Good job at planning the timeline. Not you guys are idiots. And to make it worse, to make it worse about that friendship, Damian Wayne and they're not killed. Well, Deathstroke died because of Red Arrow, aka Arrowhead, for some reason. We never get answer that question, did we? Huh. And then now they're in hell. Now they're going to heaven, and it's just a mess. I know we're getting a new one in that book, but the damage has been done. That book cannot be saved. And I hate to say it, I really do. I think the best option, I can't find it in the way I do. D.A. John, have him go back to the past, help him save his friend before he makes that horrible mistake. And after we superheroes, you want to keep that book? Fine. But now I've been like a future John from a different time. Not different time. Have a future John from the future go back to superhero. You have T.A. John in the future, and you have past John, all John from the 10 years so in the present. Boom! Promise everybody wins. And that's what you got women to do it.
Well, if it's one thing about all of this, it comes down to one bad decision.
Yeah,
and it's not by the readers, it's not by the audience.
Yep.
It's by Dan Didio bringing in Brian Michael Bendis.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Also, we're all getting death metal. Oh, speaking of death metal, I want to talk about this now. But death metal, we got a new tie that came out. A guidebook for death metal and Dark Knights death metal. So we're getting two times. A guidebook that sets up the world. The second time you're gonna do the evil Batman again. Yeah. I'm conflicted about this because I'm confused. And this story, but it connect all DC continuity and make it make sense.
Maybe the guidebook is being used similar to like some of the things that are used within, say, the Multiversity.
Yeah.
Trade paperback, if you've ever picked that up, and some of the information that it provides for the reader. So, if they were to put out that or those issues out first before the main, that would probably be the wise way to do it. At least it gives an idea. So, should they go to another world within the Dark Multiverse,
even though
that will get a little bit of a backstory between each of these worlds, even if it's just providing a little bit of information, just to let us know who might be on that world, whatever else, who runs it, or is it something that sort of like comes off the Infinity timeline? Is it something that comes off the Crisis on Infinite Earths timeline?
You mean like Infinity
Wars? We could be seeing doesn't mean it will, doesn't mean it won't. It could actually tie in some of these lines in the Dark Multiverse, but we'll get to see the Dark Multiverse version of those lines.
So, kind of like
what they did with the Tales of the Dark Multiverse.
Oh, those books. We had Devil Superman.
They did have some okay stories in there.
Yeah, they did. We had Devil Superman after that was good. I do like that story. We had Blackest Night, which is just crazy, insane, and like messed up beyond belief. Then we had Jewish Contact, was okay. I like Jewish Contact. It was fucked up. But Infinite Crisis, Jesus Christ, that was a bloodbath. Okay, Jewish Contact was a bloodbath well, but Infinite Crisis was so insane. Like, it had Core turn into a monster. But damn, it had that great ending. Black and Night was a great ending. Black and Night was just weird. And it messed up. Wait, speaking of the Dark Multiverse, would Death Metal make the continuity make a ton of sense? Because I'm hoping it does, but I'm worried that Bendis may be involved and he may mess it up. Because his continuity is a joke. But, like, my question would Death Metal actually make the continuity make a ton of sense?
I'm not too sure if you saw Scott Snyder's latest video on YouTube.
I did.
Okay.
Wait. Carmen, did you see it?
I don't know. I've seen some. I don't know if I saw his latest. What did he talk about? Death metal?
Okay, he was talking about death metal, and in the background you saw a bit of a whiteboard as to like things that are connecting to what's going to happen at the death metal event, and how certain timelines play an important role within, say, the continuity that he has worked on, Tinian. Then there's how Justice League Dark works into it, and how some of the other things work into it.
What about Wyvern?
Hopefully he can end this thing with some hope, unlike what was shown in the issues that he finished up with.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a bad ending. I remember watching your channel on that, Comic Boom.
Yeah, issue 39. Issue 39.
Yeah, on Scott Snyder's Justice League. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. It did have a sad ending.
And one thing that you did bring up was how there were certain energies that were meant to play an important, but they weren't, or the energies weren't identified clearly.
Yeah.
Right. You mean the seven forces? You mean?
Yeah.
The seven forces. We never got answer to that, did we?
Yeah.
We had this.
How it was never really identified clearly where it should have been identified clearly, because, of course, we, the reader, are not mind readers of the story creator.
Yeah.
Like,
is Scott Snyder going to address that? Is he going to address those energies? Did he say anything about that?
That's why I wonder.
It didn't look like it in the video, because it was quite a short video, but he was basically saying, be sure to let your LCS know that you want to get this, and it's already on my list to pick up.
Yeah. Definitely, I'm looking forward to it, because it actually makes a ton of sense. It actually got fix the continuity, make it. But, speaking of Generation, that actually got to get cancelled, because I wish that 5G crap may be gone. That book may never come out, because it's not on July schedule anymore. That's been axed. So my view, that book that Jerry injected God among the Jones, whatever that crap was, that may get cancelled. Because since the deal is gone, and since all the plan was the deal's idea, that plan may go by. Since Death Metal expanding so big, I wish to been that 5G crap maybe erased. Meaning, my feeling, meaning the 5G crap may go bye-bye. Meaning that all that team will go be erased.
Another thing that was shown in the video is that, yes, he is going to use Doomsday Clock.
Which I'm happy about that.
So, in turn, it looks like, yes, okay, even though it was sort of like made to look in the comic that it's not important, now because this is happening, it is starting to become important again.
Yep.
And also because Didio's gone.
Yep.
You've got to look at that side of things too. Okay, because Didio's gone, it shouldn't ruin the project. Take that in mind. Like,
I'm happy about it. With the deal gone, that means Doomsday will matter. That means Rebirth will matter. That means all the good stuff may come back. That means Super may come back. Hopefully.
Xavier, I understand you're passionate there, but I would like to finish what I'm trying to say.
Sorry.
And yes, I know you're upset at what Didio did. I am too. I'm not impressed with him bringing in Brian Michael Bendis and in turn the death of the Super Sons run.
Yep. And
that was wrong, especially for the reader base, because you still had readers for this product.
Mm-hmm.
And many people actually spoke out about it. In fact, I saw a number of channels that actually enjoyed the content of the Super Sons. It was also doing really well at my LCS. Like, a number of people were picking it up. I'd go to other LCSs within the city, and it was quite a popular comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's just within my local region. Now, if it's like that local, imagine it on an interstate.
Yeah.
How many more people interstate have been enjoying it? And that's here in Australia.
Yeah.
One thing that Scott Snyder is really going to have to buckle down on is, okay, if he's going to bring in this death metal, this thing has to finish in hope.
Yeah.
Not just for one of the characters, but for all of the characters that he brings in. Okay, yes, we understand that we'll be getting villains, and they'll have their own motto. That's fine. But when it comes down to the heroes, let it end in hope. Let there be hope at the beginning of the story. Let them be, say, seeking for hope at the beginning of the story, and by the time the issue finishes, let it end in hope. In other words, guide us to the hope of this storyline.
Also, whoever got killed about the laughs.
If you're going to be using some stuff from Doomsday Clock, bring in the points that stand out the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be clever about it. Don't play stupid. Like, the readers aren't stupid.
Yep. Also, whoever got kill off the Battle Laughs. That's one kid that needs to die. Because, look, right now I'm a cool kid, but he's been done to death. He needs a break. Just kill him off, get killed by Perpetua, or somebody kill this guy off. He needs to die. Because Joker was right. Battle Lab is a monster who is psychotic and just freaking insane and even just unpredictable. Kind of like him, but he didn't like that. But I'm kind of Joker's side on that one. Battle Lab can have been trusted, and he's right. Joker was right for once. So just kill the monster off and somebody else be the king. Actually, speaking of that, I did hear rumor we made a Superboy Prime at the end of the event. Which, okay, it's once to go back and laugh, have Superboy Prime go back and laughs. Just I know Superboy Prime it might have a killer, but if I could have one killer kill another killer, I'll have Superboy Prime kill back and laughs, so that was so I can my battle life problem.
Yeah, that character did get a lot of overuse.
Yeah.
And it did get annoying. Being honest about it, yes, it did get annoying.
Indeed. Come on, Boom. Do you mean Battle Lad will kill off in Death Metal?
My feeling on Death Metal is I'm not a big fan of the Batman Who Laughs, but I have hope that Snyder's going to pull this off, and that he was nice enough to respond to me on Twitter, and he addressed the concerns, and I really don't like how Justice League ended, but he did that intentionally, and I know that Snyder knows how to do a hope-filled story because he did it with Justice League issue 25. I really like that.
Yeah, I love that issue. That story is fantastic.
That was really well done, and so if he can end Death Metal with that sense of hope that he pulled off in Justice League 25, which I think he can, I think it's pretty good. I hope that there's not a lot of Batman Who Laughs. I hope it's downplayed. I want to see more. I want to see more of the heroes. I want to see more of the darker versions. If it's going to be Death Metal, I want to see more variety of heroes in the DC.
Yeah.
I want to see. I'd rather see less Bat characters. I mean, I know we're going to see Batman and Damian, but I hope they don't overkill it too much. I like that Wonder Woman's a character. I'm a big Wonder Woman fan.
Same. I'm glad she's the main character in the event.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that that's going to play out well. I'm actually, my fingers are crossed. Like I think that Snyder's going to pull this off. I hope I choose to have faith. I choose justice, not doom.
Yeah, same.
I do want. I hope there are so many things that this is only like, what is this, like 7 or 8 issues long? It's been extended.
7 issues. It got extended to 7.
Yeah, and then 7 issues in a guidebook, or does that 7 issues?
7 issue, two time guidebooks. I know we're gonna Speed Force book with Wally West. I'm so happy about that, and I'm glad Wally West gonna be used in this event. That means the probably do something me at least. Thank God for that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Snyder's writing all of it. I don't know. Is he the only writer?
No. Tomasi, Hoyt, Jim Tomasi, and somebody out there helping the guidebook. They gotta help write that book.
Yeah. It's,
also, Joshua Williams are involved too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. It's it's really interesting that Bendis is not part of. So Bendis is not part at all of this death metal event at all.
Nope, he's not. I checked. He's not involved at all.
Yeah, I think that.
I guess Snyder sees the problem with Bendis as well, much like the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he's not delivering fruitful material.
Yeah,
He's got ideas, but he's become more of an ideas man in DC than a story man in DC.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
His ideas suck.
True.
Like,
his ideas have been garbage.
Rogons are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Leviathan.
But yep, Leviathan. Idea was there, but story down about it was terrible.
It was terrible. It made no sense. It was a point of Mr. Story. It made no way that you're a vitamin, and then he turned about I'm a vitamin. Who did Mike Shaw?
Yeah, Mark Andreyko made Rogol Zar a little bit more likable as a villain.
Yeah,
and that was in the Supergirl run.
But in fact,
weren't you picking that up as well too? Comic Room?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Supergirl. I like Mark Andreyko's run on Supergirl. I thought he did a good job. I love the fact that Supergirl sort of stole Rogol Zar's axe, and the axe was empowered by Supergirl's anger. And I love that the character arc that he gave Kara in terms of she was dealing with her own anger from the destruction of Kandor, and her anger at Rogol Zar and her hatred toward him actually attracted his axe toward her. And I thought that was a really brilliant thing for Andreyko to do, and I wish he was allowed to explore it a little bit more, but of course he couldn't because he's tied down by Bendis's main through line, which
went nowhere.
Was to lead.
If I want to add something else as well to that too, I think that arc came off better than the Infected.
Oh, for sure.
Or the
like when she
saga.
got infected, I think that arc came off 10 times more clearer than when she was actually infected by the Batman Who Laughs.
The Infected arc went nowhere. It was all bullshit. It was just a complete waste of time.
And it felt like it suited her character more.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have no problem with her carrying a fucking axe going around the galaxy.
I know.
That would be fucking great. In fact, it would actually show that, okay, if she does need to use something a little bit more extendable in a fight, at least now she's got a weapon that can help her.
Yeah.
A weapon that plays a part to a villain that she's disarmed, and in some essence it comes a bit like a form of trophy for her, but not just the form of trophy for her, but also her way to bring hope to others. So back to the symbol, the super symbol.
Too bad she lost the axe and Rogol Zar got the axe back, and then it went nowhere.
The whole Secret Six thing was poorly done. The Year of the Villain was poorly done. The Secret Six was terribly done. None of them really came off as interesting. Although probably the most interesting Secret Six member I thought was Hawkman. I thought that was interesting.
Yes,
Hawkman was doing anything one. King Shazam sucked. It was pointless. King Shazam raised so many questions, making it doesn't make that tie-in was confusing.
And that one was done by Cena Grace.
Yeah.
Then
we Donna Troy.
Taking into account that Cena Grace wrote it, I think his writing did get a little bit better because I've actually seen how he's been covering some of his writing over at Boom Studios, and he's been doing that sort of like co-written, and with it being co-written like alongside him, his storytelling does actually come off a little bit more clearer, not as bad as like how it was done with Iceman. Yeah, there are many. Not even I picked up that Iceman.
I read the first
Because
issue.
how bad
What the
it
fuck
was.
is this crap? Yeah, I read the first issue. I said, what the fuck is this crap? This is garbage. Nope, I'm done. I dropped it. Okay, just how bad it was.
Well, how about we get ready to end the stream?
Yeah. But before we end,
I gotta go and I gotta be out of here by 8:30. So.
Yeah, so let's get ready to end the stream. We're starting to reach the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, 1 hour
We're
50
slowly
minutes.
starting to reach the 2-hour mark. So, Comic Boom, you want to go ahead and share yourself? And
Well, I'm going to be on a live stream with, I think the plan is with Professor Bill of Comic Book University, probably this Friday at 9 p.m. We're going to be talking about our top 5 pet peeves of comic books and pop culture.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Yeah, and then on Saturday, I've got a similar live stream with Dark Knight Nation on his channel. So nothing really coming up on mine. I'm just sort of taking it easy. I'm not really building my own channel. I'm just enjoying being on other people's channel, like you guys and other people. So it's all good.
And Tevye?
Oh, that's my channel. I'm probably going to call it more Super Gold Win Show because we got more news about that, and yeah, that's what we're doing the 14th of January. Thanks, Virus. Thanks for joining us show I thought you'll enjoy. We did have new synopsis. I'll probably cover that week for tomorrow. Because I do want to talk about that synopsis. Because that synopsis does give me more info about John and the brother Jordan Kent. So that's be interesting. As for reviews for movies or TV shows and games, I probably maybe the Harley Quinn show season 2 when we get more when that series finishes. And for any movies coming out, I may review Capone maybe. I know that came out. I'll probably watch that eventually. And for games, I'll probably watch some more Greedfall. With the new game I got, Many Days Gone. And for I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so yay! I could really meant about that. So I got 1,000 subscribers. I think obviously getting that this far. So thank everybody only 1,000 subscribers. So let's keep that trend going. But anything else, I think that's about it. As for live streams, I'll probably bring another topic eventually. We'll see, Evans. Oh, nice.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the stream, and to those who might end up watching the stream afterwards, thank you as well for taking the time to watch the stream. For myself, I plan on getting up a couple of reviews up. Just Rainbow Press and Comics, right? Oh, Rainbow Press and Comics side of things. We're not too sure what we're going to do next week, so keep an eye out for whatever live streams that will be showing up on my channel. I do plan on covering 2 trades. One will be Vault related. Of course, it's some Brian Michael Bendis, not his DC, not his Marvel, but his Jinx World.
Nice.
So yes, I'll be covering some Jinx World because I've actually come to enjoy a lot of Bendis Jinx World. Then I'll be doing a trade paperback review. Now, I'm not too sure when it will be going up yet, so I'd rough guess, say within the week. So I'll try to get it within the week, get them both up. If both don't end up going up, if I can at least get one of them up, it's better than nothing. And until then, we're the Super Sons, and welcome to our Fortress of Attitude.
Bye.